So guys, it's August and I only read 10 books in 2018 so far. So as I told you, I only read 10 books, but they were great books, and this year, to be honest, I'm focusing more on quality over quantity, and that's why I only put 36 books in my 2018 reading challenge. But I chose 36 books, expecting that probably I'll be able to read twice this amount, and oh my god, I only read 10 books. Okay, this year has been really difficult to me, because of work and many things that I have in my life, going on in my life right now. I just moved. This is a new place in which I'm living. This is a new apartment. But anyways, I always find time for reading, and I don't know what happened. Probably, I guess I was in a big reading slump, and I'm finally out of it, so I want to talk more about it, to share with you. At the beginning of the year, I set a really nice TBR list for 2018, 36 books. I usually read like at least 60 books, but after I started reading more classics, this number is decreasing because you already know reading classics, not like reading any contemporary book, It takes more time to set. I've been wondering that, I know last year there are many books that I read that I kind of rushed, and I decided that I don't want to do this anymore. I've been thinking that there is no point of rushing up, reading experiences and not paying attention or not giving the book time, the things that happen in the book and the characters, not, reading in depth. And I don't want to read quantity over quality. I don't want to rush things, I want to read and I want to enjoy what I'm reading, not feeling like pressure to read more and more and more, and not paying enough attention and not thinking about what I'm reading. So I started taking notes, I started doing like summarizing chapters and characters and plot points and stuff that I find really interesting in the books I'm currently reading, and that has been a nice experience. But one of the results is the low amount of books that I was able to read. Today I'll be talking about the 10 books that I read, and they were really nice readings, to be honest. So let's talk about them. So I'll be quickly going through 10 books. I'll start with 2 books I read in Portuguese, and the first one is called No Mundo dos Livros, which means in the book world, the world of books, written by José Mindlin. José Mindlin is one of the most important book collectors, Brazilian book collectors, and in this short book, I have another book by him that is bigger, but this one was a quick reading. At that time I was really in need of a quick reading, and in this book José Mindlin tells his story as a book collector. He started collecting books when he was a teenager, and the thing is that he got really rich. He was the founder of a big industry, so he was kind of loaded, and this allowed him to build an incredible library with really rare books about Brazil, released in Brazil during the colonization, really early stuff, and books about Brazil released worldwide. So he ended up building a collection which we called Brasiliana. It was a really nice reading, It's always nice to get to know book collectors, what they think about books, their relationship, and how it seems that all of them start, similarly, but some of them, like José Mindlin, they must be rich, to fulfill their bookish dreams, because they collect really rare and really amazing stuff. Well, the second book I read in Portuguese was The Hour of the Star, A Hora da Estrela, by the Brazilian author Clarice Lispector. Well, this book was on my TBR like forever, and I found this really nice copy here. It has some manuscript details like this. Well, the thing is, the book is good. What wasn't good was my expectations about the book. I really hate when people criticize books based on their expectations and not on what the book is, you know? The book is what it is, what the author wanted it to be, and to me the book is really depressing. I'm not arguing that all the books, you know, I'm not arguing that people shouldn't read depressing books, sad books, not that. But this book, especially, it was a bit painful. The character lacks a spine, and this is the point of the book. Again, I'm not criticizing the book, I'm criticizing my own expectations. So this book isn't for me, but the style is really interesting, and I enjoy Clarice Lispector, you know, but this book, I don't think this book is for everyone, you know. So I went into something that I knew I would enjoy, you know, something like Bronte. I was sure I would enjoy, of course. The Tenant of Winterfell Hall by Anne Bronte. I always wanted to read a book written by Anne Bronte, and I wasn't disappointed. This book is really daring. It deals with some really controversial stuff for the time it was released, you know. Here we have a story of a woman that was in a situation, decides to do something really unpopular, you know, and I would not give up things about the plot, you know, because I don't want to spoil the book, but this one is really interesting. And there's a lot of controversy about the inspiration of this book, you know, because you definitely, if you know the story of the Bronte family, you know, the problems with the brother of the girls, you will notice that Anne uses many of the things that are going on in their lives of this book, but the style is really nice. I really enjoyed it, and I wish Folio released a nice version of this book, you know, to go along with Jane Eyre, my all-time favorite, and Wuthering Heights. So we have next Charles Dickens, Great Expectations. This is the third Dickens book I read. What we find here is really like Dickens characters. I usually enjoy them, but the thing is, I don't enjoy the characters here. Besides Joe is great, but the other characters, I don't like them. I don't like their personalities, but they are well built in my opinion, and this is an enjoyable reading, and the end is really, you know, everything going on so fast. It was a nice pick. I'm happy I finally read it. And I also read 3 books of the Little House series. I read On the Banks of Plum Creek, By the Shores of Silver Lake, and I just finished The Long Winter. Oh my god, I really enjoyed this series. I'm really glad I got this bind up Library of America edition, and I'll not be talking more about these books because I'm doing a series of book reviews, you know, in which I go in depth about them. So yeah, but there's that. 3 books of the Little House series. And finally, my favorite book of 2018 so far. Guess what? We have here The Call of the Wild by Jack London. Wow, this book got me by surprise. It is such a quick reading, a fast-paced book, you know, a book that makes your heart beat faster, really thrilling. I love dogs, so there's that. But regardless that, little info about me. Well, Jack London is amazing. I really look forward to reading more stuff written by him. Well, this book I will do probably I'll do a reading session, you know, because there are so many interesting scenes here that I wanted to share with you. So I'll probably be doing a video about this book separately, but I really recommend this book if you want like a quick reading, a really fast-paced book with, you know, a lot of emotions and adventure. Like, this is a saga of a dog called Buck, and Buck is an amazing dog, but he used to have like a really nice life living with his family, his owners to say so, but he's kidnapped. This book is set on the Klondike Gold Rush in Yukon, Canada. So Buck is sent to the region of Klondike, in which dogs were in high demand, and getting there in his really new life, he will struggle a lot, but he will finally hear the call of the wild. A really nice reading, guys. You must read this one, okay? So, as I told you, I read 10 books, but they were worth my time. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to like. If you haven't subscribed, consider doing it. And if you want to get notifications of new videos, hit the bell button. And I guess that's it. Hope you enjoyed. See ya. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.